Hi, past, present, and future homeowners. Welcome to the very first episode of the Property Buyer's Guide. I'm your host, your homegirl, Justina. And I'm joined by an economist from FNB Namibia, Miss Helena Mboti. Thank you so much for joining us, Helena.
Thank you for having me, Justina.
To start off with, can you explain how purchasing a property contributes to long-term financial security and wealth building, especially for first-time home buyers?
So buying property helps a person build equity, and that is essentially value that you get in the property. So every single time you make a payment, you're gaining some value, as opposed to a rental payment, which is an expense. But there is also rental opportunities. So as a homeowner, renting out your property gives you opportunity to earn more income.
Yeah.
And then of course the benefit of the fact that property increases with value over time, so you do gain appreciation in your equity as well. So all in all, it's a good long-term strategic investment decision for first-time buyers.
So keyword being long-term.
Long-term, definitely.
So now that we've established that property is a good long-term investment, what are the key economic factors that you think one should look at before making that home buying decision?
Yes, so first-time buyers should consider things like interest rates, which has a huge impact on cost and affordability,
So
of course.
thank goodness they've gone down.
Yes, that's a very welcome development.
Yes.
But one should also consider things like general macroeconomic environments, because a more robust economy, a growing economy, means that house prices are going up, and that's good for equity and your equity value.
And it's easier to sell as well when the
Yes.
economy is robust.
Exactly, easier for buying and selling.
Right.
And then on top of that, it's also important to consider taxes, because you do get tax benefits being a homeowner.
And also the tax brackets that have recently changed from an income perspective and also a transfer cost perspective.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that just improves your affordability.
Yeah.
And with that, it's also important to consider just your general personal financial stability, right? So can you, even if you can afford the mortgage, can you afford the rental payments? Do you have savings for emergencies?
Insurance, etc. Your
Repairs.
geyser is not working.
Exactly. So just considering that you have, after paying your mortgage, you do have some cushion.
Home ownership costs that you'd have to account for, basically.
Exactly.
And lastly, Helena, can you shed some light on some key considerations between the renting and buying conversation?
Yeah, so renting and owning is always a contentious issue as to which
Very,
one you want to
very,
decide to do,
yes.
right? The benefits with renting is that it's a little bit more flexible. Right now, it's slightly more cheaper.
Yeah.
And it allows you to not necessarily be tied down as to where you live.
Yeah,
Right.
But you're young and vibrant, you have a job, you want to move,
Exactly.
moving to a different country, or your family grows or you decreases.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's a very well suited for certain lifestyles, right?
Yeah.
But with property ownership, you have that stability in your life, so you know exactly where we're going to live for the foreseeable future. You're able to change and alter the property as you want. But most importantly, you also build equity. So with
Yeah.
every single payment, you're actually adding to your balance sheet, if I can put it like that.
You're not buying or you're not paying for somebody else's bond, rather.
Exactly. You actually are building sort of a financial cushion for you to be able to access at a later point,
Yeah.
should you have emergencies or should you want to build another investment, etc. So although owning a property can be quite costly, as I said, it's a good long-term investment.
Emphasis on long term.
Yes.
So I think it's also important to sort of note that you don't actually always need to live where you buy. So you can purchase a property purely for investment purposes and get those benefits such as the equity, etc., and then rent to have flexibility in terms of lifestyle as well. So living is not exactly, separate from purchasing for investment purposes.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think that especially in today's economy, that is a good strategic investment to make, to think about which areas of Namibia's economy, even if you don't live there,
Yeah.
which areas could you invest in that might be able to generate income. For example, right now the coastal area is quite booming. It is a good area to buy property in right now.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much, Helena, for sharing your expert tips with us. And for those of you watching at home, please don't forget to join us next week for more insights and tips for navigating the property market.